description of a structural steel worker. That's my profession. That's why I like architecture. I like designs of buildings, because that's what I did. I built bridges and I built high rises. So that's why I left. Upon returning back in 1995, I wanted to come home. I was in New York City at that time. And said, okay, I'm gonna go home. And I came home hoping to find a job and find a house. But when I came back, I forgot the reason why that I left. And I came back and didn't find anything. In fact, it was a little worse than when I left. So I start listening, asking questions to the elders, and started to listen to what they had to say. And they always wanted to coexist with the land again, get back to the land, live with the land. So with that in mind, and then practicing our ceremonies, because I wasn't able to do that while I was out there. So getting back into the language, the culture, the ceremony, and then start listening to people and other people. There was elderly said, you know, you should get involved in something. Look at housing. So I started to get involved in housing. I started to okay, what's it going to take to build a house? You know, what kind of house? You know, what do we have? What kind? Timber, what kind? And I start researching, and then with housing, energy came. Okay, what kind of energy are you going to use? What are you going to be using? And then I start looking at solar back then, 95. So kind of toying with the idea, getting the knowledge as I went and came. And then I shared with you when you first came that, 2000 I was able to come to Deutschland. I was up there, and I flew into Munich and landed, and then we left the airport, and going down the Autobahn, I saw solar panels a long ways down the Autobahn. And I said, hey, there's power. Solar, there's some working, functioning solar. And then everywhere I looked after that, it seemed like I could spot solar out. Oh, there's some more solar. Everybody's doing solar. So yeah, start following that, and then start learning myself too, going to workshops and that, and then meeting people, building partnerships, and then wondered why the native people didn't get involved in solar. Because solar being our ceremony way with the sun. And then so I started to ask the younger ones, my generation younger, to come with me to these. But I found it that as you went and visit the Indian country here, wherever you stopped, and that people were probably having a hard time, kind of struggling. Some people trying to sell artwork to you, or people not having enough money, so they have to count, change. So everybody's in survival mode here. So I took some of my nephews and that to a workshop, and that's what they did. They did artwork to sell, to help the family, to help the household. Once they left for 2 weeks, well, that part of the household seemed to come down. The economy in that household kind of went off, balance. And so they wanted to go, but they couldn't leave. If they go, then the household income comes down. Bills can't be paid, so I thought it would be a good idea to bring a training facility to Indian country. So today we have our training facility. And then with that, here we teach the knowledge of components, installation, and maintenance. of the grid tie system, the off-grid solar system, and solar power. So this one here, students built. This is a mobile solar power plant. There's the power source, collecting and storing batteries inside with all the components in place. Then you can have alternating current, AC. I think Europe has 220, huh? Yeah. Yeah, 220. Here it's 110. It's kind of, different. This one here is what you guys power your stuff. It's a 240 system. So it runs a lot smoother. That's why you guys run the 240 systems in a power. It doesn't flux. It's an even power, steady power. 120 fluxes. It fluxes. So with that, students built it. Come take a look. This is going to a water protector camp, but students built this. So the power, the collector coming in, charging the batteries, and then the components there, the inverter turning to alternating current. So you can charge, you can plug items in. You can plug your laptop.
So the power, does it come in with the AC or DC? Through
DC,
the solar?
DC. All solar panels emit DC.
Okay, then you can
And
then you use the converter to
in that
convert
inverter
into
AC, alternating current. Yeah, so I
makes
found
sense.
it that we had a trailer up to Standing Rock up there, and I left my phone number on the outside. And I used to receive phone calls and people saying, thank you, I was able to charge my phone, my iPad, my drone, I was able to charge. So,
how do you know how many batteries to use?
This one here is a 48 volt, system. It has 4,600 watts to it. So it can, that's, quite a bit. That's quite a bit. You can run quite a bit off of this. So this one here has 8 batteries. 8 of the industrial batteries, the good batteries. So this trailer is going out to a camp. It's going over to the Yankton Sioux
How
tribe.
many hours does the sun actually collect the energy?
The other day was our solstice. It was the shortest day of the year, probably 6 hours. It takes about 8 to 12 hours to fully charge those there batteries if they were way down. But you're not using all the power there. So solar's a good thing, but you have to work with it. Okay. You have to work with the sun. In order to make your solar effective for you.
What? I've never understood either actually what the solar cells are comprised of, what materials.
Yeah, they're man-made. There's this silicone, this sort of mixture of sand and soils and that makes this panel. It's like a taffy. They mix it like a taffy, heat it, and then they make it yay big around by like that, and then cut thin wafers on it.
Okay, so my next question is, how do you collect the power from the panel to the battery? Is there some sort of adaptation?
Oh yeah,
where it adapts?
That's what we're going to look at right here. That's our next look at. So, panels coming in over there, coming down over here to this little box on that side called a charge controller. It regulates the charge coming through and doesn't overcharge your batteries and kill your batteries. If your batteries are at peak, that's going to shut off.
Okay.
And this is the inverter itself, was transformed. So it goes in here, goes over to the batteries, comes on back here to this. There's some fuses in here, for just in case. And then from there it goes into the
So
inverter.
those are like the overload fuses.
Yeah, yeah. And then it goes into the inverter, and then from the inverter, it goes on up and comes over here. So we got outlets, and then for the DC, we have USB ports as well.
Yeah. So the one other thing that I was curious about, the connections from the solar panel to the power supply.
Yeah.
Do they use solder, or is it gold or silver or some kind of connection?
No, it's just
Regular metal?
yeah, regular metal.
But I
Regular
thought there
wire.
might be some sort of...
Regular wire just snapped into place. Everything's pretty much color coded, or male, female, only plugs in, so you can't go wrong with it. Once you get the sequence down, you have to plug the wires in. Nowadays they make it plug and play.
So how many would you need to run a whole pine ridge? This kind of stuff.
Oh, you're looking at megawatts. At least several miles of this, square mile of this. Maybe 5 square miles.
And the batteries, you buy them pre-done, or you don't
No,
use?
you can, what you can do is, you can set up your solar,
Yeah.
and then your inverters, and then run everybody's homes all day long.
Okay.
And then everybody can have a battery bank at their house, and they charge their batteries while they're using the electricity during the day. That way at nighttime they can draw off that. Because we have our grid here in Indian
So
country.
the other question was with the batteries, can you use alternative batteries like golf carts?
Oh yeah,
Or,
golf cart batteries.
or
Industrial.
regular car batteries?
No, car batteries don't work.
Car batteries don't work.
Yeah, car batteries.
Helicopter batteries probably would.
Yeah.
They're big ones.
So yeah, students built this. It's a 48 volt system, and then we built this one over here. Same thing. Bigger trailer, bigger battery. See, we're looking at some big batteries here.
Wow.
These are big batteries.
Yeah, those are big ones.
Big batteries. Same size, but bigger batteries. And this one here, you could plug a 240 in that.
How long is the life?
20 years. 20 years. What you got to do is put maintenance on it. You got to maintain the maintenance.
The next question is like the intensity of the sun. Is there any way, like, can you tilt the panel one way or the other that the sun's more hotter? Or?
Yeah. You can work with it.
That's what I want to know, if there was a way to
You can
increase the
work with
power.
it. This one here, no, you'll just have to work with it.
All right.
This one here gets unbolted and lifts up, and there's a brace that goes here.
Okay.
And that one gets unbolted and a brace put up there, so you gotta
Is it
slant
better
it
that the
around.
panel is flat or
slant it.
slanted? All right.
Yeah. So looking at these, and then going on to YouTube and see how do they make these. So we went on YouTube, and here there's some do-it-yourself where you can make your own. So we made our own.
Wow.
We made our own. This is a 12 volt, system here. This will charge your car battery. You can put this to your car battery, those two ends,
All right.
and face that to the sun, and then charge your battery in a couple hours. But we made this.
Oh.
It costs less than $15 US to make.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, would like to do more research in this and see what we can do to again create, jobs, put the power, the energy back into the people's hands. Clean energy.
And with this system too, you also have to connect it to a battery, right?
Yeah, this one here you can connect to a battery, a charge controller, the battery, the disconnect, fuse, safety stuff, and then on into the inverter.
And right. But you could use a portable inverter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I used to be able to.
That's good.